What's going on, ladies and gents, and welcome back to a brand new video. This is Web Dev Journey, and today we're going to be talking about ports and networking. Okay, so as we all know, Docker is almost universally used to run network services such as web and database servers. To make this easier, Docker actually offers a wide variety of networking options to connect containers together and to connect containers to the internet as well. Now, for connecting them together, it offers private networks where you can just put a container on a network and they can talk to each other privately, but still be isolated from the rest of the containers running on your computer. For getting data in and out of the system as a whole, Docker offers the option of exposing a port or publishing a port. You're going to see publishing because we're going to use -P to do that, and it stands for publishing. This actually makes it accessible from outside the machine on which Docker is being hosted. Now, if you do a combination of these, you can wire up your network pretty much any way you want. To expose a specific port, you specifically specify the internal port that the program is listening on and what port it should be listening on the outside as well. Now, there's a lot of things you could do with ports and networking. I'm not going to get really into it, but we are going to go going over the basics. And to do that, we're going to actually be running it's going to be quite a bit of a command. It's going to be a long command, all right? So let's get to it. So I'm going to do Docker. We're going to start off with Docker run. And we're going to add in a new flag, which is RM. Now, what this does is it basically tells Docker, hey, I'm going to be playing inside this container. Once I exit, do not save the container, meaning do not put it in the stop mode. Don't put it, just delete it completely. I don't want it on my computer no more. So once you exit it out, that container is going to get out. It's not going to be existent. So you're not going to be able to see it no more. Okay, that's exactly what I want because I don't really want this container anymore anyways. So -rm-it, we already what's it called? We already talked about this, and here's a new one, -P for publishing, and we're going to be publishing ports. Now, this is basically mapping our ports. Where do you want your local host, and what port are you exposing from the Docker container? And for right now, I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm exposing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There you go. And I'm gonna actually be doing 2 of them. Okay, so I'm gonna do another publishing or exposing a port, and I'm gonna just map it to 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's it. Yeah, okay. All right, and I'm gonna give this a name. I'm gonna call it Echo, and you're gonna see why in a second. And we're gonna be running Ubuntu, and I'm actually going to be throwing in a version 14.04, and let's go into Bash. And there we go, we're inside Bash. Awesome. And like I said, you could actually see the distro by going to LSB, and there you go, we're running Ubuntu and 14.04 version. Clear. Now, to actually demonstrate that this is going to work, we're going to be using a tool that I like to use, and it's called NetCat. Now, it's just a little tool for networking. I'm not going to go into details about that, but we're going to be using that. And the reason I chose version 14.04 is because NetCat is installed on there, so you don't have to worry about installing it. Now, I've tried it with other versions, and for some reason, NetCat doesn't want to work. It only works on 14.04 for me. I don't know why. It just does. So maybe it's not pre-installed in the other one, but it is installed on 14.04. So anyways, enough about that. All right, so what are we going to be doing? All right, I'm going to do netcat nc -lp, and I'm going to be, this stands for listening port. What port are we going to be listening on? We're going to be listening on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're going to pipe it down another thing. Now, don't worry about what this actually means, and it's going to be exactly the same thing. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, this whole command just basically says, hey, we're listening on this port, and whatever we get from this port, we're going to just spit it out on this port. That is it. So if I send in a hi I don't know, a text saying hi on this port, it's just going to spit it out on 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 port. You're going to see hi in the 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 port, okay? And the one we are going to be testing it right now. Now, hit enter. Did I hit enter? There it is. Hit enter. Okay, over here. Notice that I'm in my local machine. This is not a container. This is actually my machine. And we're actually going to be doing NetCat. Now, it's kind of weird, right? I actually had to install NetCat on my Windows machine, and it does not use NC. I have to use NCAT for this, okay? So localhost. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over here. And over here, I'm going to do NCAT localhost 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, check this out. Now what I'm doing is I'm listening. I'm gonna actually start writing stuff into localhost, the port 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you're gonna see that it's going to go through this situation right here. Whatever this comes in, whatever comes from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is gonna spit out at 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, which is right here. But notice that these two are actually my local host. This is my machine. It's not a container. So I'm gonna say hello, and as you can see, it actually spit it out on this container, okay, or this local host with this port. This is not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there you go. This is not 1, 2, 3. So everything that's being passed into the port 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is actually being passed into 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and that's because this right here, what's happening inside this container, I'm actually connecting my local host container into this container. I mean, my local host from my local machine from this container, which is pretty cool. This is the whole reason why I wanted to show you. We're exposing our ports. We're exposing Docker ports and just mapping it to my local machine's ports, okay? Now, if you're actually interested in the NetCat tool that I use, I will have a description down below. Go check it out. It's pretty cool. It's free to download. Linux and Mac, it's pretty easy for you to actually install this. Windows is kind of a, it's not a pain. It's just different things. Instead of using NC, you have to use NCAT. Whatever. You know, it's going to be down in below if you're interested. Now, you might be wondering, hey, what if we need more than 2 ports, or maybe we need 12 ports and they need to be dynamic? Well, we could do that. We could actually do that. All right, let's actually exit out from here. Control C. Let's exit out, and I'm gonna actually Control C from here and here. Clear and clear. All right. Now I'm gonna run the exact same command, but the only difference is that I'm going to get rid of the I'm not mapping it. So this basically means that I'm exposing from inside this container 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, this is the port that I'm exposing inside this container. I'm not mapping it to my local host right now. Okay, and the same for this one. I'm actually exposing 2 of them. Okay, and we're gonna do exactly the same thing. Let's hit enter. And I'm gonna run, I can't run the same, I have to actually type it in. So I'm gonna do NC, and we're gonna do the exact same thing. I'm gonna listen on port 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm gonna just pipe it down the line of NC, which is gonna be the same thing, dash LP, and then 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's exactly the same thing. I'm just, whatever comes into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is gonna be spit out at 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hit enter, okay. Over here, now, I don't know what port they're actually using. We didn't map it to our local host machines, but I can figure out what port they're using by running docker port and then the container's name. This is why we named it. It's very important. And we named it Echo. We want to find the ports on Echo and what they're being mapped to. If I hit enter right there, it says that, hey, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And notice the network protocol is TCP. That's by default. You can change this to what was that other network protocol? UDP, I think. Yeah, I think it is UDP, which is the most reliable one, which you wouldn't want to use anyways. So anyways, yeah. So it's saying that, hey, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is being mapped to your local host of 32769, and same for the other one. So we're gonna do exactly the same thing. Over here, I'm gonna do NetCat 1, 2. Well, it's not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 no more. It's actually 3, 2, 7, 6, 9. And over here is actually 3, 2, 7, 6, 8. And if I do WDJ, you can see that is actually working. This is 3, 2, 7, 6, 9. There you go. So it's actually working, guys. I'm just this is the port exposing, or the port section. Now we're gonna actually move on to the network section. And if you have any or questions, guys, let me know down in the comments below about ports. If you want to learn anything about ports, now there is a lot of things you can do with ports, and they're all in the docs. Don't worry, I will have those docs down in the description below as well. So now let's move on to the network side of things. All right, let me actually clear all this out. Clear, get rid of this, clear, and get rid of this, and clear. All right. As I said before, networks lets us talk to a container connected to that network privately, but still making the containers isolated, okay? So let's actually look at what networks we actually have in our machine. I'm gonna actually have to exit out of here. Okay, there we go. And to do that, we do docker networks. I think it's networks with an ls and then ls. No, it's network, sorry. All right. There you go. We have quite a few of them. We have backend. Don't worry about these right now. You should not have these if you haven't been playing around, or if you haven't followed me, you should have these. If you followed me, you should have these. If you haven't been following me, then you should only have 3, which is a bridge, host, and none. These are all pre-installed into. These are all default networks that Docker already has. Now, bridge is the network used by containers that don't specify a preference to be put into any other networks. Host is when you want a container to have any network isolation at all. I mean, sorry, it's for when you want to have a container to not have any network isolation at all. And basically, this actually has some security issues, so we probably don't want to use that one at all. And none is for when a container should have no networking. Okay, let's actually create some networks. All right, let me clear this. Let's actually create a network right now, right off the bat. So docker network create, and we're gonna call this anime. Oh, you already know anime. All right, and we're connecting that already. We just created it. If we do network ls, you're gonna see anime right there, or right there. There it is. Clear. Now let's actually connect a container to that network. So we're gonna have to actually, oh my bad, we're gonna actually have to run a container. So let's docker run, and I'm gonna do --rm -it. You should already know what this is, but the new one is -net, and this is saying, hey, what network do you want to connect to? I'm gonna connect to anime, and I'm gonna actually give this container a name, and I'm gonna say SAO, and we're gonna run Ubuntu 14.04, and we're gonna go into bash mode, and let's clear it. And so far, if you do ping SAO, you could actually send data to yourself, so no issues there. Okay, now over here, let's actually do the exact same thing. Docker run --rm -it -net. Yeah, it's a lot of flags. Okay, and we're gonna connect it to the same network, which was anime, and we're gonna give this container a name, and this name is going to be let's go mainstream Naruto, and we're gonna be running Ubuntu 14.04 and bash. All right, let's do. Oh, well, look at that! What a convenience, right? It looks like Leaf. Oh man, this is meant to be. All right. Now we're gonna actually do exactly what we did when we're exposing a port on our Naruto server over here. We're gonna be exposing or listening to a port. So let's do and we can actually do NC this time since we're running in Ubuntu. NC, and you could actually do NC as well. -LP, and I'm gonna just do 1 2 3 4. Okay, we're listening on port 1 2 3 4. Over here, I'm gonna do NC. And we're going to actually connect to that server. Since we're on the same network, we could actually just reference its name. And the name of that server was Naruto. And I'm going to be connecting to 1 2 3 4. If I hit enter now we could actually see that, hey, does this network actually happen? And let's see. This is SAO server. And there you go. It's actually being passed to our server, Naruto server, which is pretty cool. It's cool, right? Yeah, I know it's pretty cool. It really is. And yeah, they could communicate with each other. So this one just sent a message. Now let's say this is Naruto. There you go. It's connecting, and we can actually talk to one another, which is pretty cool, right? It's pretty cool. But this is only 2 servers. Let's kick it up a notch and actually do 3 servers, okay? And let me actually get out of this since we're going to be doing Control-C. There you go. Exit. Let me actually reconnect to that one that I had. Where is it at? This one. And we're going to just leave it like that. I'm actually going to do it over here, okay? So over here, let's create another network, and this is just going to be for anime only. And you should already know how to do that. Docker network create, and we're gonna call this anime only. So we just created a network called anime only. Now let's actually connect one of our servers. We're gonna actually connect. Let's connect SAO first. So Docker. Sorry, I was thinking Docker network connect. What server or what network? First of all, there's 2 arguments: the network and then the server you want to connect to that network. Anime only. That's the network, and we want to connect SAO to that network. Awesome. Now let's clear this. All right, now what I want to do is actually run another container over here. So Docker run -rm -it -net. And what network do you want to connect to? I'm gonna say anime only, and I'm gonna give this a name as well. I'm gonna say TG for Tokyo Ghoul. And what do we want to run? Ubuntu 14.04, and we're going to go into bash. Now check this out. This ping, we could actually ping our SAO server, and we could actually see that we're getting data back from SAO, right? But get me out of here. If we try to clear ping Naruto, you're going to see that we cannot know, or we cannot get any data from Naruto at all. But over here, we could still ping SAO, and we can still get data from here as well. And the reason why is because these two over here, Naruto and SAO, is actually connected from a network called Anime, right? And yeah, I did not include Naruto in the anime only network, but this one can actually connect to both of these. Check this out. We're gonna ping, let me say Naruto first of all, and you see that we're getting data right here. And now we're gonna clear this and ping TG, and you're seeing that we're getting data as well. So yeah, guys, I mean, you could do so much with this stuff. Honestly, you really could. I mean, there's, like I said before, you could do a lot of stuff. Now, guys, obviously there's many more options to this that gives you a fine-grained control over how things connect here. Now I just showed you enough of an example to keep you interested, and basically this actually covers, I'm gonna say, about 90% of the use cases. Honestly, it really does. The left is up. The rest of it is left to experiences, okay, or having your own experience on Docker and networking. So that was it for this video, guys. I hope you liked it. This is all about ports and networking. Leave a like if you liked it. Comment down below what you thought about it. If I need to clarify anything else, and also subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Thank you for all your help getting this channel to 1,000 subscribers. I really do appreciate it. And yeah, I will see you in the next video. Thanks.